All right, guys, told you I was going to come out with a part 2. This is engine code for Ram 1500 Eco Diesels from basically when they came out 2013 to current, I believe. I can't be 100% sure, but it's P245B, and that is EGR bypass valve. So I showed you guys kind of where it was on part 1. So part 2, I'll just do a quick run through here. So obviously the air box is removed here. So like I said on the first one, don't worry about undoing the first 2 clamps that are there. Just the third one, when you get to here, take that one off, slide the whole thing out of your way. Don't forget to unplug your mass airflow sensor. You rip that out and you have problems. But then you're going to take off this EGR pipe here. And so this is just where the exhaust gases are actually just going back into the intake there. So it's 2 10mm bolts here and it's 2 8mm bolts there. I've already got those out. I don't think you guys want to watch me struggle with those, but one thing I would say is these guys here, they're pretty wide open. It's pretty easy to do. Those guys up there, this back one, if you're not careful with it and you drop it, and you're going to be searching for it for a while, and that sucks, so be careful. So anyway, you take those bolts out, slide that guy out. Now mine is fairly clean because I do pull it apart and I do clean it quite often. That's something you should do. Anyway, so right back here on this bracket right here, right there, right here is where the EGR bypass valve actuator is going to sit. So this is the new one, and it's going to sit like that. And that's what you're looking for. Now, in the first one, I was talking about how you can check it with vacuum lines to actually be able to see what's going on. So I'm gonna put my phone somewhere here where I can easily see. So just 1 second, bear with me here, guys. So this here is the old one. When I suck on it here, doesn't do nothing, right? And this whole thing is just being a leaking air. So now let's look at the brand new one here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so bear with me. Okay, now I'll go back like this again. Now, holds vacuum. So that is our problem. And like I said in part 1, there's this vacuum line, which is a whole lot easier to see now, but so you can see this line right here and how it comes all the way forward and up to right here. I'm gonna try and put my finger on it while I'm using the camera. So my finger here comes right here behind the coolant line. So really easy to see where it is, not a very long line, but like I said before, there's a few different ways that you can test that when you're actually going to diagnose your problem there. So this one here, I was getting codes that P245B and for the bypass valve actuator, and or more specifically for the EGR bypass valve. So what's going on is the EGR gases are supposed to come through here, out this pipe into your intake, so that you can then, you know, like I said in the first one, there's a lot of different reasons, and once again, I won't bore you with all the reasons. But yeah, without this actuator working, it's stuck down here in the closed position, which means that all the gases aren't actually coming through. So as soon as it comes up into the open position, then it can. Now it's only going to do that at certain operations. Now, if that's not working at all, you know, obviously what's going to happen is, end of the day, you're going to have a check engine light turn on. Maybe it'll turn on and stay on for a little while, and you'll think, well, like whatever, doesn't really matter. I'm used to seeing check engine lights, right? Well, what'll actually end up happening is after enough time, it'll actually put your vehicle into a limp mode. And so what will happen is it'll actually derate your vehicle, and it'll make it so that you can't go up to a certain speed. In some cases, it'll make it so the vehicle actually won't even run. Now, it's always a good idea to take a look at your check engine lights, make sure that that you know what's going on and try and get them fixed as soon as possible, because you don't want to be stuck somewhere with a big problem. But yeah, so told you guys I'd make a part 2. So this EGR bypass valve, the brand new one, just sits on there. I'm going to bolt that up, hook my vacuum line back up to it, and the ram's going to be working good. Thanks, guys.